Have you ever felt like giving up, standing at the edge of exhaustion, wondering if your prayers will ever be answered? It's in these moments of weariness that God is quietly whispering to your heart, "Hold on, you're so close." The breakthrough you've been longing for, whether it's healing, restoration, or a new beginning, is just around the corner. The enemy might try to cloud your mind with doubt, making you feel like you're stuck. But don't be fooled by what you see. The hardest battles come right before the greatest victories. Stay with me as we dive deep into this message of hope. God is preparing something greater than what you can imagine, and you're about to see His promises unfold. God's timing is perfect, even when it feels delayed. Often just before the breakthrough, everything seems to go wrong. This is when you're tested, not to break you, but to strengthen you. Every step you've taken, every tear you've cried, has been a part of His plan. You are so close to seeing how all of this fits together. It's in the waiting that God molds your character, preparing you for the blessing that is to come. So don't lose heart now, because what's on the other side will be worth every moment of uncertainty. Breakthroughs often come when you least expect them. You've been praying, fasting, believing, and yet it feels like nothing is moving. But remember, God is always working behind the scenes. Sometimes the greatest changes are happening where we can't see them. The foundation for your miracle is being laid even now. You may not see the pieces coming together, but that doesn't mean God isn't aligning them. Your breakthrough could be one prayer away, one step of faith away, one day away. Stay expectant because God is closer than you think. When you feel the pressure increase, it's often a sign that your breakthrough is near. Think about a seed pushing through the soil. The hardest part of growth happens underground, in the dark, where no one can see it. But just as the seed breaks through the surface to find light, you too are on the brink of emerging into a new season. The weight you've been carrying isn't to crush you, it's to prepare you for the elevation God has in store. Keep pushing because soon you'll see the light. God has heard every cry, every whisper of your heart. He hasn't turned His face from you. It might feel like heaven is silent, but silence isn't absence. Sometimes the most profound work happens when God seems quiet. He's moving, aligning divine opportunities, placing people in your path, and removing obstacles. His silence is the space where He crafts miracles. And as you stay faithful, trusting Him even when you don't understand, the doors will open. You'll see that He was working all along, closer than you knew. There's a spiritual battle happening right now over your life, but the victory is already yours. The enemy knows you're on the verge of a breakthrough, which is why he's fighting so hard to discourage you. He wants you to believe that nothing is changing, that your prayers are falling on deaf ears. But God is greater, and His praetor, and His promises are unshakable. No weapon formed against you will prosper. The delay you're experiencing is not a denial. It's a divine setup for something bigger than you've dreamed. Hold on, because your breakthrough is coming. Look back at where you've come from. Every obstacle, every setback has prepared you for this moment. It wasn't wasted. The pain you've endured wasn't for nothing. It was a stepping stone toward your destiny. God doesn't waste a single tear, and what you've been through is about to propel you into the greatest chapter of your life. The breakthrough you're waiting for is not just for you. It's for those around you too. When you break through, you'll inspire others to trust God for their own miracles. Faith is the key that unlocks the door to your breakthrough. Even when the situation looks impossible, faith whispers that God can do the impossible. Your breakthrough requires that you believe before you see. It's not about waiting for the right circumstances or the right timing in your eyes. It's about trusting God's timing. Faith says, God, I don't understand, but I trust you, and it's that trust that moves mountains. You are on the verge of seeing those mountains crumble. Your breakthrough is personal to God. He knows exactly what you need, and He knows the perfect way to bring it to you. While you may have specific ideas of how your breakthrough should come, God's plan is always better. Sometimes He brings it in ways you never expected. He might shift relationships, open doors you didn't knock on, or even close doors that seemed perfect. But in His divine wisdom, He is aligning everything for your good. Trust that His way is perfect. Patience is one of the greatest lessons God teaches us during the waiting period before a breakthrough. While it's easy to grow weary, remember that God is not in a hurry because His timing is always intentional. What He is preparing for you is far greater than what you could imagine for yourself. The wait may feel long, but every moment is refining you, stretching you, and preparing you for the magnitude of what's coming. Don't rush the process. God's timing will leave you in awe. The breakthrough you're about to experience is going to change your perspective on life forever. You'll look back on the season and realize that it was not a period of loss, but of preparation. You'll see that God used every challenge to make you stronger, wiser, and more equipped for the blessings ahead. What you're walking into is not just a single breakthrough, but a season of abundance. God is opening the floodgates of heaven, and soon you'll be overwhelmed with His goodness. In this season of waiting, your character is being refined. Breakthroughs are not only about external blessings, they are about internal transformation. God is shaping your heart, teaching you patience, perseverance, and faith. When the breakthrough comes, you won't just receive what you've been praying for. You'll also be a stronger, more faith-filled version of yourself. The journey is molding you into the person God has called you to be, and you'll look back with gratitude for the lessons learned in the process. You may feel like you're running out of strength, but that's exactly where God steps in. When you are weak, He is strong. When you feel like you can't take another step, lean on Him. This is not the time to give up, but to press in deeper. God's power is made perfect in your weakness, and His grace will sustain you through the hardest moments. You're not walking this journey alone. God is with you every step of the way, giving you the strength you need to reach your breakthrough. It's easy to look at others and wonder why their breakthrough seems to come faster than yours. But remember, comparison is the thief of joy. God's timeline for you is unique and specifically designed for your life. What He has for you is not diminished by what He's doing in someone else's life. Trust that your breakthrough is on the way, tailor-made for you. Instead of focusing on what others are receiving, focus on what God is doing in your heart. Your breakthrough will be just as miraculous and perfectly timed. Sometimes the greatest breakthroughs come through the smallest acts of obedience. Maybe God is prompting you to take a step of faith, to forgive someone, or to trust Him in a new way. Don't underestimate the power of small steps. Your obedience could be the key that unlocks the door to the breakthrough you've been praying for. Even if it doesn't make sense, follow God's leading. He often uses the simple, unexpected moments to bring about the greatest change. The enemy's tactics often intensify just before the breakthrough. He wants to discourage you, to make you question God's promises, and to cause you to doubt. But this is not the time to give in to fear or frustration. Stand firm in your faith. Declare God's promises over your life. Speak life into your situation. The enemy's attacks are a sign that your breakthrough is near, and he wouldn't be fighting so hard if God wasn't about to move in a powerful way. Keep standing, keep believing. Victory is on the horizon. In the waiting, you might feel forgotten, but God has never forgotten you. His eyes are on you, and His heart is for you. Even when it feels like nothing is happening, God is orchestrating something behind the scenes that will blow your mind. He has not overlooked your prayers, and He knows the desires of your heart. Trust that He is working in ways you can't yet see, and when the breakthrough comes, it will be so clear that God was with you all along, making a way in His perfect timing. As you wait for your breakthrough, remember that God's promises are unshakable. If He said it, He will do it. Even if it's been months or years, His word never returns void. Hold tightly to the promises He's spoken over your life. Write them down, declare them daily, and refuse to let doubt creep in. God is not a man that He should lie, and His faithfulness will come through. The breakthrough is on its way because His promises are eternal and trustworthy. Your breakthrough is not just about receiving a blessing. It's about stepping into your God-given purpose. God is preparing you for something far greater than you could imagine. The breakthrough you are about to experience will open doors that you never thought possible. It's going to position you for influence, for impact, and for kingdom advancement. What you are walking through now is part of a preparation for the calling on your life. You are stepping into a new season of purpose, and this breakthrough is the key to unlocking it. One of the most beautiful things about a breakthrough is that it reminds you of God's faithfulness. When you look back, you'll see how He provided, how He guided you through the darkest valleys, and how He never left your side. This breakthrough will be a testimony to others of God's goodness. People will look at your life and see what God can do. Your story will inspire others to believe for their own miracles. God is using your journey, your faith, and your breakthrough to bring hope to others. Even as you wait for your breakthrough, start praising God now. Praise is a powerful weapon. It shifts your focus from the problem to the one who can solve it. Praising God in advance for your breakthrough is a declaration of faith. It's saying, God, I trust you, even though I haven't seen it yet. Your praise can break chains, move mountains, and shift atmospheres. So in the midst of waiting, lift your hands, raise your voice, and give God the glory. Your breakthrough is coming, and your praise will be part of the victory. As you stand on the edge of your breakthrough, remember that God has been with you every step of the way. Even in the moments when you felt forgotten or weary, He was working, moving, and preparing the path ahead. You've come too far to give up now. Hold on to His promises, trust His timing, and stay anchored in faith. The breakthrough you've been praying for is closer than you think, and when it arrives, you'll see that every trial, every delay, and every tear was not in vain. God's plan for you is perfect, and He is faithful to fulfill every promise. You are on the brink of something extraordinary. Stay strong, because God's breakthrough is coming, and it will be worth the wait. Thank you so much for joining me in this powerful journey of faith. If this message has encouraged you, inspired you, or given you hope for the breakthrough ahead, be sure to share it with someone who might need to hear it. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more uplifting content to keep your faith strong. Keep pressing forward. Keep pressing forward. Keep trusting God. And remember, your breakthrough is just around the corner. Stay blessed, stay encouraged, and keep holding on to God's promises. Until next time, God bless you.